Hi and welcome to the Corporate Life Podcast. My name is HINA SIDDIQUI and I loved and hated my corporate jobs for years. This podcast is going to empower you to go high on your career without losing yourself. I invite you to join me each week as you will hear real cool stories of the real cool corporate people doing real things in the corporate world. And the experiences and advice can change your story too. Hey, how are you doing? I'm HINA SIDDIQUI and you are listening to the Corporate Life Podcast. So what am I going to talk about today? Today I'm going to have a heart-to-heart conversation about money. Yes, we all have a love and hate relationship with money. Money is the reason that most people are stuck in their jobs that they truly hate. Money is the thing that forces most of us to go to work every day, even when we don't want to and want to do something else with our life. Lack of money keeps us in fear and anxiety, and when we have lots of it, we feel insecure about losing it. But still, money is a beautiful thing, isn't it? We all love money. Now, tell me honestly, when I said money, could you feel a twinkle in your eye, a tiny smile on your face? When you have a lot of it, you can just do anything and everything with that. You can upgrade your everyday lifestyle, you can travel the world, you can buy a new model of iPhone, you can go to upscale stores for shopping, you can fly premium class and whatnot. So today I'm going to talk about how to make a lot of money in your career by simply upgrading your money mindset. And I will also talk a little bit about how you can have real joy with your money. Money can give you joy and fulfillment, and it can also give you fear, insecurity, and greed. So now let me ask you this question. How are you currently feeling about your money situation? Take a second and watch that feeling. If it's joy and fulfillment, you're doing great. But if you feel anxiety and stress, this episode is going to ease your pain. I don't know about you, but most people struggle with money. No matter how hard they work, they never seem to have enough of it. And that's a very weird and nasty feeling. And I know because I have been there for ages. And why does that happen? The reason behind that is our money mindset. When everyone says that money comes with hard work, then why is it that most people are not able to make ends meet despite all the hard work? We spend so much of our time in schools, colleges, and universities. We learn almost everything that we need to do a job and pursue a career, but no one teaches us the stuff that plays a huge role in making money. So what happens when we eventually get educated and start our careers? Even though we have all the specialized knowledge to do well in our jobs, we still sabotage our careers unknowingly and unintentionally, and keep getting frustrated, living paycheck to paycheck. Can you relate? And you know why we sabotage our careers? Well, because we know that a career equals money. A good career means big money and a bad career means less money. So this way, our money mindset affects our career because we always have seen a career as one and only way of making money. As our money mindset is totally messed up, and so is our career. We keep taking wrong steps and we keep making wrong choices unconsciously. Yes, unconsciously, because what we have learned about money in our past lives is in the roots of the brain. And I've seen my parents struggling with money just all the time in my growing up years. At a very early age, about 6 to 7 years, I knew that we can't afford most things that only rich people can. We were not allowed to make any money mistakes. Like it was a crime to break anything expensive. We could not waste money because money comes the hard way, and we always need to be extra cautious with money. And it happens with most of us who are raised in a tight money backgrounds. I remember that I felt so much pressure whenever I had to ask my parents for money for something. And then I slowly and gradually learned that scarcity mindset. And I became cheap with myself, buying the cheapest things for myself and others, because whenever I spent money, I felt scared, no matter whose money it was. I remember one incident that happened when my brother had to go to a friend's big brother's wedding. I, along with him, went to a gift shop to buy a gift for the wedding, and I chose the cheapest stuff that looked horrible to give for a wedding. Not because we could not afford even that much, but because I had been conditioned that way. Though my brother wanted to buy something better, I convinced him that this one was good enough as a wedding gift. And I also said that you hardly know him. Why do you need to give him an expensive one? So you see what was happening here. We can't ever seem to forget that money doesn't grow on trees. It always comes the hard way, and then glorifying the poor stuff in the movies. You know that, where we are shown that rich are rich because they rob the poor. So being rich is a bad thing. That means money is the root of all evil. I was being bombarded with wrong and limiting beliefs about money. And this is not just my story. Most of us learn the money mindset the same way. It wasn't anyone's fault because my parents learned this stuff from their parents and their parents from theirs. As I grew up using these beliefs over and over and over, they got so ingrained within myself that a scarcity mindset became my way of life. And when I started my career after college, my scarcity mindset kept showing up again and again, preventing me from making good money in my career despite being talented and bright. So whenever I had a discussion about money at interviews, I would always hesitate to talk about it because the money talks scared me to death. This continued until the day I got this world-famous book that we all know about, The Secret. And that was the starting point for me to cultivate a positive and abundant money mindset. Then I did anything and everything that could change my mindset around money. And my money story changed after a lot of practice and conscious deconditioning and reconditioning. Now, if you relate, it's time for you to take a look at your money mindset. Is it serving you? Or is it sabotaging your career? If you're not aiming high in your career or playing small in spite of wanting more money and growth, the good chances are that it's your money mindset that's holding you back without you even knowing about it. So how do you know that you have a scarcity mindset? Well, you fear spending money. You buy cheap or cheaper things even though you can easily afford them. You feel uncomfortable traveling at a premium. You don't spend for joy. You'd rather see your money on your bank statement. And what's going to happen if you choose to keep this scarcity money mindset? It could cost you a lot in your overall life. But as we are talking about career, I will stick to that. Clearly, with a scarcity mindset, you cannot go far in your career. As I said before, we often see careers and money as one unit. And now the question comes, if you have already developed a scarcity mindset, what could you do to transform that? How can you get from a poor mindset into a rich mindset? Well, I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can start using just after you finish with me on this episode. But before that, tell me this. If money was a person just like you and me, and ask you, what is it that I can do for you today and in times to come? What would be your answer? Now think about it for a second and I'll be right back after a quick break. If you're not getting the right and enough job interviews in your job hunt, there are good chances that you have a boring resume. And you know what? We can write an interesting resume that gets you lots of right interviews. To know more details, head on to my website www.authorhina.com and check out the resume tab. Hey, welcome back. Did you come up with an answer? What do you want your money to do for you except sitting on your bank statement? Now, this is my first tip. What's your plan of spending when the amount that you want each month shows up in your life? Most of the people start off on the wrong foot. They would estimate their income and create their spending budget. Now, you may ask me, what's wrong with this? This approach looks absolutely perfect. Yes, it looks good traditionally, but the problem here is that your lifestyle remains limited to what you earn. No, I am by no means telling you to boost off your spending blindly for no reasons. You just need to shift your train of thought to a different track, leading to a much more abundant destination. Because when you say something like, I want to go on a beach vacation, but there is nothing left to buy after paying the bills. I will have to save money so I could afford that new phone or anything similar. You already create a lack in your mindset. You affirm that your money is limited, so spend that only to satisfy strict needs. This mindset is moving you away from making the dollars and pounds that you wish to appear in your life. So take a different route. Remember, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Got that? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Now grab a paper and a pen and write how much money a month will be enough to cover your needs and desires and make you feel comfortable. And don't be a miser here. Be generous and write down everything that comes to your mind. This exercise is going to help you in the larger picture. When you do this on repeat, it will enhance your money mindset. So write down that amount in bold letters. You should always have a plan for what you're going to do with the money you want to earn. For example, you would like to live in your dream home. How much would it cost you to live there? What all would you need on top of that? Furniture, furnishings, appliances, crockery, and what else? Spend some time with it and let it sink in. And do this often. Tip number 2. Stretch your comfort zone. We all draw our comfort zone from the lifestyle that we are used to living. Anything that's lesser or larger is uncomfortable for us. If you are comfortable living a $5,000 lifestyle, it would be hard for you to even imagine a $100,000 lifestyle. You may never have been told this before, but the fact is that you will get what your subconscious mind will make peace with. Most of the people feel uncomfortable with the amount of money they have not made or spent in the past. We all have our own comfort zone for the kinds of restaurants we eat in, the hotels we stay in, the houses we live in, places we shop at, brands we relate with, the kinds of car we drive, the clothes we buy, and places we hang out at. Have you ever felt uncomfortable when you walked into a store that was too upscale for you? A restaurant where you felt out of place? Perhaps you flew in business class for the first time and felt you did not belong there. I'm sure you know what I'm saying here. So you need a comfort zone stretch. Now enjoy the money you already have. There are 2 ways to spend your money. You can either feel sad when a part of it leaves you, or you can feel happy and grateful that you could spend on something that matters to you. If you're like most people, you feel stress when it goes. There are 2 problems with this approach. First, it takes away your mental peace and you feel stressed. Secondly, spending with a heavy heart keeps you deprived of money, and that's the universal law that no one can change. It does not at all mean that you begin spending extravagantly. All it means is that you feel good when you make money and feel the same when you spend it. Try it with your next purchase or expense. Order your favorite food without caring about its cost. Have fun eating it and feel gratitude for the money that could bring you this food. Joyfully donate a small part of your money to a cause that you support. Or take a friend or family member to a lunch treat, spend a lovely time together, and feel gratitude that you could enjoy these precious moments with a loved one. Buy a gift, no matter how big or small, for someone you really appreciate in your life. The most important element of this joyful spend is pure joy. Feel the happiness and gratitude when you do this, and again, do this often. My tip number 3 is feel love for money. You may never have thought of this before, but ever since I have learned this principle, I have never worried about money. Because I always see money as a friend, which is always there whenever I need it. I'm not talking about a genie stuff here, because many times our money issues are more of overthinking than the real actual problems. Even though you have unknowingly developed an unhealthy relationship with money based on fear, you can turn it around by feeling grateful for what you currently have. The abundance mindset starts with gratitude. So take a few minutes, close your eyes, and think about all you have. As you're listening to this podcast right now, the good chances are that you have a roof over your head, you are fed and clothed, have ears to listen, the intelligence to choose this podcast, and above all, you're alive to be where you are. I'm 100% sure that you must have countless things like a phone, even if it's not the latest version of iPhone, and other gadgets that you need and use. Feel love feelings for every single thing that you have and how this has added value to your life. And most important, don't get too attached with anything, not even money. I see money as a beautiful tool to give me joy and fulfillment, to do things that I enjoy doing, like solo traveling, growing, and learning different things, sharing with those I don't even know. And I believe in myself. I know that I'm capable of making large amounts of money. So the only thing money should give you is joy. If it's giving you stress, then you need a mindset makeover. So now, if you want to change your money mindset quickly and fast, you can download my 7-day action plan, Double Your Salary Set Point. The link is in the description below. That's it for today. I'm pretty sure that you loved this money talk, and I'll see you with a very interesting guest with a really interesting and inspiring story next week. Until then, stay happy and safe. Thank you for tuning in. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast and go to my website authorhina.com for career-changing tools and resources. Don't forget to check out my latest book, Secrets of the Six-Figure Employee with Zero Stress. It's available on Amazon.